It's indeed a pleasure on behalf of Jaquar Group to be welcoming each one of you for the 11th edition of iGen Awards being convened at Bangalore today. And quite agreeing with what Bibho said and the MC said, it's a different feeling to be amongst friends and amongst everyone who we get to meet beyond just having a digital face. I think physical interface has really, this interface has really been very meaningful and everyone has been looking forward to it. But for us, it's even more significant because as a group, we have always valued knowledge partnerships. And this particular initiative being pioneered by Architects and Interiors India is something that we have partnered for almost more than a decade now. And it's so wonderful to see some of the doyens of the industry and also the young trailblazers who are, trying to who are firming up their footing in the industry and also being shortlisted to be the iGen winners. I think it's a great feeling to have this combination of the most creative and structural minds coming together under one roof. So hearty welcome to each one of you on behalf of Jaquar Group. And must compliment Sumesha, the editor-in-chief, for choosing the theme, Conscious Design Vision. I think conscious design vision is something that evokes a lot of sentiments today. I have few thoughts, few penned thoughts, and few thoughts which happen to be the way I look at it. So possibly, I think when we talk of conscious design vision, we talk of an impact of a consumption on the environment that has become increasingly visible now. And I can see that a generation of future-facing businesses, designers, and business entities alike are adopting considered long-term sustainable and circular approaches to design. Needless to say, it's equally applicable to materiality today. So it would not be wrong to say, welcome to an era of conscious design. The rise of conscious design stems from the pressing need to ensure that all the future products that we talk of are across categories are ethical, they are sustainable, and most important, they are regenerative. So I think in that combination, I would say that they are ethical, they are sustainable, and they are regenerative. And going by the planetary proportions, I think the society faces dual challenges. One essentially being the threats of resource scarcity, and the second being environmental degradation. Both the things are, we can see it's pretty visible. So I think somewhere down the line, if we look at the combination, I would call it sustainable concepts, and using a combination of sustainable material is something which is becoming the global norm today. And most of I think the entire knowledge-based society is having its awakening to it. And we can see that there are a lot of technology adoption roadmaps. There are a lot of considerations which are flowing from the socio-psychographic construct of people, that the way they are wanting to use materials which are sustainable and integrate technologies which can hold the fort for times to come, and definitely it beckons a much better future, better sustained future, if I put it this way. But I'm sure, as we talk about this for Jaquar Group, almost into now 63rd year of manufacturing excellence, I would say that Go Green is a long embraced philosophy of the group, embraced as a tenet of its design and production system. We lead the industry into sustainable production, approached through a lot of systems involved in energy efficiency. I would call wastewater efficiency, waste recycling, water conservation, rainwater conservation, and biggest of all, energy generation. I take a lot of pride in saying that today, the kind of a manufacturing that we have, we are a homegrown Indian multinational into 65 plus countries, into 55 plus countries, and being represented into 70 plus countries through our trade partners. We have a global supply chain. We are a homegrown Indian multinational. So first and foremost, we take a lot of pride in saying that we are a homegrown Indian multinational into 70 plus countries today. And all the manufacturing that we talk, besides something that we talk so proudly, that's about first LEED Platinum certified building when it comes to our global headquarters. While we work with some of the finest designers globally, our building has been designed by Gayatri and Amit from India. So we take a lot of pride in association with Indian designers first, because it's for sure a symbiotic relationship. We have grown with designers as much as designers have grown with us. So I think it's a legendary association, a symbiotic association. The kind of production facilities that we talk, which caters to a global supply chain, we are talking about a global, we talk about a zero discharge manufacturing. We are talking about recycling practically 5 lakh liters of water every day. We shortly, all going well, inshallah, we should be getting into the Guinness Book of World Record of producing maximum faucets, closing to 150,000 faucets a day. I'm talking about recycling 4,221 metric tons of brass, what we recycle every year. I can take again a lot of happiness to share that we are almost, our chrome recovery plant is ensuring that 8 metric tons of chrome salt is being recycled annually. When we talk of our LEED Platinum certified building, we are generating 6.25 megawatt power through solar panel. We have used every bit of wastewater is being recycled into horticulture, irrigation, into cooling towers. Every bit of solid waste gets recycled into biomass. Whatever we use, we consume. We were the first entity in the country to have adapted to radiant cooling technology, when we could significantly bring down the heat loads by air conditioning loads by almost 40%. So I think it's a combination that made us win LEED Platinum, USGBC LEED Platinum certification. I think that's a responsible, I would call it to be a conscious footprint, because market leaders, being a market leaders is easy, but I think there's a lot of responsibility that vests in you. And for a nation which is embarked, which is fast tracking, to be playing a very dominating role, I mean, it needs to be a journey of much higher conviction for everybody to believe in India, as much as we say proudly made in India for the world. So I think I'd like to hold my thoughts here, and I've got a very interesting AV for you that talks about our collaboration. As I said, as much we take pride in our association with Indian designers, we also partner with some of the finest global designers in the world. Can I have the AV, please?
Reduction doesn't mean minimalism. We rather believe in a poetic approach of doing very simple things in a very good way. This is complex. That's why we call complexity of simplicity.
A new series to add the existing series in Jaquar, but the fit with the international market. Maybe this is the neutrality that you can use in a different situation, in a luxury, on a normal, neutral bathroom, or different situation. So I think this is the neutrality.
To have a variety of opportunities by changing the finish, by changing the way how you combine the different elements, to have a great modularity for Jaquar. it is at the end a very poetic statement and the chance to tell different stories. Different architects from different regions tell different stories. We want to give a toolbox so the Africans can do the African style, the Europeans can European style, India, and so on. The surprising part of the collaboration with Jaquar, the prototype was already perfect in the beginning, and that was really a fantastic experience because the metal skill in Jaquar is fantastic. I think Laguna has the soul of India. Since the whole world is admiring the soul of India, you can export this soul to the whole world.
But again, what's most significant about this is the way he has used sustainability. When he talks of sustainability, he's talking about aesthetic longevity. I mean, going beyond the contours and parameters of the generic appreciation of sustainability. I like the word aesthetic longevity, because when you talk of a timeless design which is very high on minimalism, less is more is being best understood in this fraternity, in this group of people. But I think it's somewhere down the line how you embrace minimalism, how you ensure that neutrality ensures that it blends with it complements every design. Your theme being Mediterranean, it could be contemporary, it could be neoclassical, it could be, very, very modern. It all depends, upbeat. So I think it's something that it reflects every mood. And Matteo, believe me, is one of the finest designers in the world when it comes to hospitality, energy prefab, very high-end villas, condominiums across the world, and the biggest of all, master plans. You talk of the Bavarian Lake Village, you talk of Satellite Township in Munich, you talk of Train Italia hangar, the man is doing it all. And his effort into, the way he embraces complexity of simplicity, I think is something to reckon with. I'll take way less time. I've got a small presentation. Since we believe in collaboration, not only in India but across the globe, we'd like to very quickly talk about how collaboration means keeping innovation and design in mind. Needless to say, lifestyle is, lifestyle homes. It's high time we are talking about convergence. We are talking about bathrooms bathrooms became an integral part of our homes. But eventually, I think now it is transcending to the next level. A little me time that we get to really use happens to be in bathrooms. So I think bathrooms again are seeing an extension beyond what is just obvious. So when we talk of arties, I would essentially talk it's reimagining bathroom space as a work of art. I'll repeat, arties is reimagining your bathroom space as a work of art adorned with opulent souvenirs. I think that's the kind of, when we talk of the born from art narrative, I'm talking about the ecstasy of freedom. That a person, you see, art has the ability to bend every straight line. So I think the way we talk of fluidic designs, the way we talk about morphing designs, that has an aesthetic appeal, I think that's essentially how we are reimagining the bathroom spaces as a work of art. It's practically bringing the modern day technology along. When we talk of collaboration, we talk of Daniela Meroni, again having spent very good practice with Norman Foster. Matteo and Antonio need no introduction because they're one of the finest in Europe and across the globe today. And our own Michael Foley, who has worked on a lot of projects with us, and I think one of the thinnest watch happens to be his accreditation. Daniela's work, and then we got the Red Dot Design winner with Tailwater. That is, Daniela's contribution. It's like, a bird being perched. It's a beautiful fluid form, as you can see, With Jaquar Group, needless to say, functionality is always given. But what we are trying to play, our indulgence is now more into form, as we experiment with form today. Sure. Good about 40 plus years of experience and a 70 plus studio in Milan. Matteo is making heads turn across the globe. I like the statement when it says it's about a shared passion for quality. Into 63rd year, yes, we are, manufacturing happens to be a DNA. And it's, I'll say with a lot of humility here, that if Jaquar can't do it, a lot of people said, we need not look beyond. So we are very, as a group, we are high on humility, we are open to experiment with form and function. I've already talked about a timeless design, that is the ethos of Laguna. Michael, his work says it all. I think Tierra happens to be another, the way it's being exposed is being seen as the jewelry that adorns your bathroom space. See, similar extensions go to our whirlpool and air-cooled combi systems. Some of the finest collaborations and the awards that have been conferred to us.